on the financial BFSI sector. So Hani is our senior solution consultant. He's very well versed in this market. He has a PhD in AI. So he will go through the solution. He will show it in action, focusing on the financial sector. And after that, we'll have a QA session. Please, if you have any question, you can leave it on chat. We will respond to it right away. So we want this to be as much interactive as possible, for sure. So before we start and run the session, I just wanted to give you a very quick background, who's Uniphore and what we are doing here. So Uniphore is a company based out of Palo Alto. We started 2008, and we started by that time with the idea, Omish and Ravi, the two founders, they started with the thinking of AI. And if you look at, there is a nice, way I like to present technology. There is a saying says, when it's come to technology, the best way, what people care about is the representation. So if you look at the ChatGPT, I would say that's a representation, and in that they are in the domain of generative AI, and below that there is a technology called LLM. If you create a parallel, for example, in the cryptocurrency market, you say there's a Bitcoin and Ethereum as a representation. You have Bitcoin, you have cryptocurrency as a domain, and below that there is a technology called a blockchain. Now, if you go in just a year back, I think it's safe to say that the domain of AI was about automation and augmentation. It was not about generative at that time. So Uniphore was looking at it since 2008 and saying, where are the places where we can deploy AI in enterprises to automate and augmentate and achieve the highest rapid ROI for the customer. And this was in areas where has a lot of people, consistent processes, and so on and so forth. So that's applied to collection, to contact center, and to telesales. And that's where was our focus. We've been using generative AI into these use cases since 2009, and Hani is going to show you some of these examples of what type of generative AI we were using since then. Now, Uniphore in this year started transforming. We are looking at our solution, and we are expanding our use cases, which is Hani is going to talk about, and our platform towards working across the whole enterprise. So we're going from just the automation and augmentation. We start looking at the generative capability as well, and so forth, to bring a coherent solution for the enterprise. Nonetheless, the main focus today is going to be around customer engagement, customer experience, the use cases for conversational AI in the financial sector into the conversational AI area. Now, Uniphore, they have almost 1,500 enterprise customer globally, and we have actually now in Middle East in a very short period of time. We have big brands as well in financial sector, in government, in PPOs, in telco, in Qatar, in UAE, in Saudi. So we are well represented in there. You will find that our conversational AI, and I think Hani will expand into this, we support Arabic very well. We are in depth in that journey. We support Arabic 2.0, which is we support Arabic in multiple dialects, Gulf dialects, Levant dialects, and Egypt dialects with high accuracy. And we are improving that, as we said, in the customer, and we have a good record on this. So our angle, and you will see Hani is talking about this angle, it's about Omni AI angle. And that is at the get-go, I think what we're seeing in the industry is happening as a problem. It's not just a hype, really, we're putting this name, but there is a problem that happening in the industry. And it's the same problem that happened when I started my career in the contact center domain and the customer experience domain, which is started with when multi-channel became a thing. Channels start coming in, web and mobile and so on and so forth, and social. The way enterprise responded to that was in silo. As everybody knows, this led to multi-channel problem. And then we brought the omni-channel strategy from the retail to try to solve that problem, correct? That's what happened earlier. But if you look at what's happening today, organizations are just falling on the same mistake. They are doing the same mistakes again. And financial sector, because they are responding very quickly to that, they are more vulnerable to this problem. And we were seeing them doing the same problem today, which is they are investing in AI in a siloed approach. Chatbot separate, voice bot separate, conversational analytics separate, co-pilot for the agent separate, social media separate, and so on and so forth. And you will see that Uniphore actually took an approach of bringing a CX platform AI, a singular AI that use across the whole customer journey and customer engagement, regardless of the use case. So wherever you put it, it's the same AI underneath that is learning. So that's truly what's going to deliver an omni AI, stretches the customer consistent experience, lowering your cost, and so on and so forth. And that will solve a problem. We hope we solve it before it happens, because the problem of the multi or siloed AI will be bigger than what happened earlier. Because earlier it was static application. Now we are talking about dynamic learning AI that you are putting there and learning in silos, which is going to create a bigger problem. All right. Without further ado, I want to welcome Hani and bring Hani to the forefront so that he can dive in and show you the solution. Go ahead, Hani.
Thank you, Mahmoud, for the introduction. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Today, I'm going just to explain more about the Uniphore platform. And as Mahmoud mentioned, we are focusing on one platform that will help the customer journey from start to end. So we'll focus on the customer journey and the platform that we can bring in order just to have it as a unified platform for all touch points with the customers. So we'll start my presentation just to give you a brief about the X platform. The X platform is our base that we have all the AI component to be part of it and to build on top of it some applications. These applications will be like part of the customer journey, but let's explain more about the X platform. The X platform is well connected with the multiple channels. We can ingest like voice, chat, video, emails, any communication happen between agent and customer. We can have it, we capture it, and we ingest it. Once we have it like in our platform, we can run different AI models in order just to understand what is going on by employing latest technology of NLU and NLP. Having said that, we can have it into other AI model, which can be like based on behavior analytics or tunnel analytics and conversational analytics as well. This is like the source of data, the input of the data. But again, for the company's enterprise, we have like the back-end system, we have the knowledge-based system, which need to be integrated also with the platform in order just to maximize the value and the benefits that we can gain from the AI. So we have the knowledge AI, which is like a connector for knowledge base, which can link to your backend system, either like legacy system, or it could be like collection system, CRM system, sales system, whatever it is, we can have a link to that. And when we get it, we will ingest the data and have it as a base and a reference for the X platform. For sure, some automation could happen there, like let's say customized workflow or call flow. It could be like an RPA, robotic process automation, attended or unattended. In order just to fulfill the outcome of this AI is just to provide a real-time guidance for the agent. So we listen to the call in real time and provide, let's say, alerts and notification, bringing the required data at the right time. And we have also the automation of the self-service channels, which could be like voice bot, chat bot, or the visual IVR. And for sure, we have like the post-call analytics, which is the actionable insight, which is built on top of the business intelligence layer. So as we have like the X platform, which is the base, we have different touch point within the customer journey. We have it like the self-serve, which is like the intelligent virtual agent, and we have real-time agent assistant, which help the agent during the call and after the call. During the call, by providing him like a specific call scenario, fetching the data from the back-end system, from a knowledge-based system, based on the conversation in real time. And after the call ends, it will get like to transcript the call and to summarize it, and then categorize it based on the conversation itself, which will be like an automated way. Post-call analytics, which will have like the U-Analyze, which is the conversational analytics. This can ingest like voice calls, chat, emails, any communication happen between agent and customers. We can have it there. we can build on top of that. The UAnalyze is analyzing 100% of all transactions that come to the call center in order just to judge on the KPIs. The KPIs, we'll talk about it later, which is like usually will be like operational KPIs and business KPIs. As you can see, on top of that, we prepared like a pre-trained AI model specifically for BFSI. And you can see like this is like a pre-trained model, which we can utilize it in days one. So wherever we have implementation, we will get these packages ready as a ready-made packages for banking sector and let's say insurance and let's say financial services. So it could be like for acquisition, onboarding, account management, compliance, collection, fraud prevention, and financial empowerment. On top of that, you can find some of our logos that the customer, they are using our application. And we will touch upon that based on the use cases that I'll take you through the customer journey. So the thing that we are providing here is something called time to value, which is a ready-made packages that can be fit in different line of businesses. For revenue, we can utilize all three products with this like time to value. We can cover like customer service, we can cover collection and complaints. And you can see here, it's like the way we can focus from the UAnalyze, it will be like build like a dashboard and wall boards specifically for each of these line of businesses. So it will get you like deep insight immediately whenever you implement the system. For the agent assistant, it will give the right information that related to these scenarios for the agent. So the agent will pick up easily and will answer the question in the correct way. And this will eliminate the variation between the agents, especially the newly added agent to the call center. The last one, which is like the use self-service, this will enable the self-service rate and to increase the self-service rate either through the voice bot, chat bot, visual IVR, or the mixture of them. So I will not explain much now. I will take it into further detailed slides. But now I will run like one video which explains the entire portfolio. Then we can take it further down with the product and to have it in action and how we can drill down for these products. So this is only 2 minutes video. I will play it. Then we can have further discussion.
We are in the era of AI-powered conversations, where 57% of customers still prefer calling and speaking to customer service agents. How can conversational AI and automation expand beyond chatbots to drive automation throughout the entire journey? Uniphore's conversational automation platform combines conversational AI, workflow automation, and RPA to drive automation, transform customer experience, and improve operational efficiencies. Meet Andrea, a premier bank customer. Uniphore's Use Self-Serve drives automation and lowers cost by deflecting calls from higher-cost agents for transactional queries, such as address change, password reset, and more. Use Self-Serve can also detect when a call should be transferred to an agent and provides them with a summary of the conversation so they can pick up from where the bot left off.
Hi, Andrea. Thank you for calling Premier Bank. I see that you're calling to dispute a charge on your account. Is that correct?
Hi, yes. I don't recognize that overdraft charge.
As a Premier customer, your overdraft fee is waived, and we will credit your account.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, I think I'm good now. Thanks.
UAssist guides the agent through the conversation with alerts and next best action agent guidance based on the customer sentiment, intent, and emotion. UAssist also leverages attended RPA to drive desktop automation with knowledge base integration based on conversation. Once the call is over, UAssist summarizes critical information from the call for the agent to upload directly to CRM system, thus reducing time spent on after-call work by 50%. If promises or commitments are made during the call, UAssist registers the promises and leverages unattended RPA to fulfill them after the call. Post-interaction analytics with UAnalyze provides valuable, actionable insights on agent performance and customer sentiment to allow quality managers to review and identify coaching, as well as opportunities to optimize future interactions. Conversations mean everything to us. Learn more at www.uniphore.com.
So this is very much what we are doing in the conversational AI. And if you can notice, this is like the standard customer journey, which is start usually by conversational self-service, then it's transfer for the agent in case the self-service rate is not like able to answer all the queries come to the voice bot. Then it will transfer to the agent. The agent will get assistance from the voice bot data that already collected in the initial stage, and then it will have a communication conversation with the agent. Then it will supported by AI to provide like the next best action, to provide the real data from knowledge management system. And the AI will listen to the conversation and to see if there is any promise happening during the call. It will keep for certain action. It would be like kick an RPA just to do attended RPA to fill certain data in CRM or collection. And it continue like for after call automation, which is like the wrap-up time happen for the agent, which have to be like call summarization, call categorization, and the last step will be like the conversational analytics, which is come to be post-call analytics. If we go to focus like on this journey, and we can start one application at a time and to see how things will work for certain application. The self-serve, which is like the customer self-service application, it enable voice bot, chat bot, visual IVR, or the mixture between them. So we can start with the voice bot, then in the same call, the bot will send like link or enable a notification on the let's say the application, mobile application itself, in order just to continue the experience in a visual way. So I start with a voice, I can continue with a chat, or it could be like an interactive way based on the built screen in no-code, low-code platform. And it will help the customer to get the more information and to get more transactional things instead of having like a voice conversation only. I will show you one example of that. So the self-serve, this is like an example how the banking will work in self-service, which will start with a voice, then it continue in a chat and a visual IVR.
Welcome to Premier Bank. I found your account based on the phone number you're dialing from. I just need 2 additional pieces of information. First, what is the last 4 digits of your social security number?
So this is a virtual assistant asking customer for some data. It can be provided by DTMF or using the voice.
And what is your date of birth?
January 1st, 2001.
Thank you. Would you like to hear your account balance information?
Yes, I'd like to hear my balance.
Your total outstanding balance is $1,123.45, with $3,876.55 of available credit. Your last statement balance is $998.76, with a minimum payment of $60 due on September 11th, 2022. Would you like me to send you a text message with a link to a complete account summary?
Yes, go ahead and send it.
So this could be like an SMS link, or it could be notification on the banking
I sent
application.
you a text message with a link to view your full account summary. How else can I help you today?
So the voice bot still remain in the line and is still listening to the interaction or the messages coming from the customer.
I lost my credit card.
And he can see at the same time.
Okay, I will freeze your card immediately. Let's check to see if there have been any unauthorized transactions on your card.
So the customer can see the transactions.
Do any of these charges look suspicious?
He can select and submit.
Your card will be shipped right away and should arrive within 2 days.
He can choose
We
the
have
options.
received your dispute and will begin to process it immediately.
Can I use my old card if I find it?
Your card has been blocked for security reasons. Hang tight until your new card arrives in 2 days.
When do I get my money back?
We've offered a provisional credit to your account. Don't worry, we are working diligently to resolve this for you.
Thank you.
I'm glad you are happy with the service. It's my pleasure to help you.
So this is like example how the visual IVR work together with the voice bot and the chat bot in order just to provide a nice experience for the customer. So this can be like extend to different scenarios, but this is like one scenario I would like just to start with. And again, using like the use of there, we can build multiple layers of the services that can be provided to the customer, starting from the basic chatbot and basic IVR. It would be balancing query, request statement, or activate card, and so on. Next level could be like conversational AI, which can have like a complaint capture, a close account, a reopen account, and so on. For knowledge AI, which is like the additional layer of the information that we can grab from the existing system to support inquiries or just to fees rates and limited inquiries as well, and to provide more details about the product and services that the bank or the company is providing. And the multimodal one, which is the example that we see in this video, which include a transactional way. Then you can have like to send some document, you can upload some document, you can send some links, you can notify on the mobile application, and so on. So this is in high level what we can provide on use self-serve. And we have like some use cases here. It's like a leading credit card company, and they're utilizing the use self-service, and it's end up like they have like to decrease the inbound call volume by 24%. And also they come just to contemplate increase of 49 to 60 from IVR to visual IVR. And also it's increased the customer satisfaction, and also almost 70% of customer completed journey without ending with the agent. So the self-service was really effective, and it will give them like a high first call resolution without reaching out to the agent. So the KPIs that we can gain from the self-service is reduction on customer effort, waiting or asking for more information, improve the self-service rate, and improve the customer satisfaction. I'll take a quick pause here just to see if Rima, if there's any question coming to you.
I can't, team, just we haven't said that from the beginning. I wanted to keep it a surprise now, but I want to ask a question, and whomever give the answer to that question, the marketing team, they will reach out to, and we will send them a nice gift. It's gonna go to your doorstep. All right.
Yeah, sure, Momin. Mr. Adil, I think he wants to speak and ask a question if we want, or you want to raise the quiz first.
Yes,
Yeah?
go ahead, Adil. Please just unmute yourself and go ahead.
Yeah, unmute your, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Hani. I think we took some time. Team, just be reminded in the next round, I will ask a question, and whomever answered the questions, we will send a gift. So just go ahead, Hani. We'll do it in the next round.
Okay. Now, when we finish that, like the use self-serve part, some of the calls, which is like could be like 25% of the calls need an agent assistant. So the AI will know when the time is the right time to transfer the call to the agent and to push all the collected data to the agent. So the agent get assistance from the AI in real time, just to like give a dedicated call flow. It will be providing with more information about the case or the call, and to get all the required information on real time without moving from one screen to another. So it will be like a unified agent desktop, which will help the agent during the call. And if there is any promises happen, the AI will listen to it and to keep it to make sure that this is fulfilled in the right way. And after call work, this is like call summarization and call categorization, which will be part of the wrap-up time. And I will show you now one example how things will work in a collection scenario. Then we can explain it further within a use case. So on the right side, this is like the part that we can provide as a Uniphore, and the left side, it could be like the CRM, it could be like a collection system, it could be like Salesforce, it could be like any legacy system for banking, and we can do all the integration. The right part, which is we provide with as an agent assistant, could be embedded within the application, or it could be side by side, depending on your preferences. So I'll play this call, and it will give you more example about the scenarios that we can provide in agent assistant.
Hi, Mary.
Yes.
I'm speaking with Mary Smith, correct?
Yes, this is her.
Hello, Mary. My name is James. My unique ID number is 1234. I'm calling from Bank. I want to let you know this call may be recorded or monitored.
Okay.
I'm calling in regards to your account that is a total amount due of $500. I'm happy to help you bring the account current by processing a payment over the phone using a checking account free of charge.
All right. I want to stop you there. I currently hired Freedom Debt Relief to take care of my debt. You may contact them regarding my account, so I need you to stop contacting me.
So next best action coming on top, suggested flow.
I understand that you're going through a tough time financially, Ms. Smith. May I ask what the contact number of Freedom Debt Relief so I can properly document the account? Then let me get one of our account specialists to handle your cease communication request.
Okay. Their phone number is 888-123-4567, but I don't want to be transferred.
So the AI will listen to the entities and extract the data automatically.
Transferred to one of our account specialists. Let me go ahead and process your request to cease all communication on this account.
Yes, go ahead.
Let me go ahead and read some information in reference to your request.
Okay.
Thank you for confirming, Ms. Smith. I understand that you're already working with Freedom Debt Relief. However, upon checking on the account, we have not received the proposal yet. Please keep in mind that once we receive the proposal, it will take 30 to 45 days to be approved. Therefore, the account needs to be paid while approval process is going, or it will go further past due.
I'm not sure. I can give them a call and ask if the proposal has been submitted.
We appreciate that, Ms. Smith. Since I already have you on the phone, we can take care of the total amount due of $500 using your checking account to bring your account back to current until such time the proposal gets approved.
I don't have enough funds to cover $500 today.
I understand you don't have sufficient funds to cover the amount due today. We can cover the past due amount of $200 today and schedule the remaining amount of $300 on or before your due date.
Yeah, I think I can do that.
Great. Let's go ahead and process your payment using your checking account stored on file. Kindly verify the last four digits of your checking account number, please.
Okay, let me check. That would be 1234.
Thank you. And are you the authorized signer for this checking account, correct?
Yes, I am.
Perfect. Let me get your consent for today's payment.
I agree.
Thank you for confirming. To recap our discussion today, I processed your request to cease all communication regarding the debt on the account and process the past due amount of $200 and schedule the remaining amount of $300 on the due date. Have I taken care of all your concerns for today?
Yeah, I'm all good.
Thank you for taking my call and for doing business with Bank. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks. Bye.
So this is what happened that during the call. It will be like a predefined call flow, and the agent focus on that part. And after the call ends, we will get the call summary automatically, while the agent can modify it and submit it to the backend system, and the call categorization as well. Besides that, we can get also the call transcript fully coming. This is depending on the conversation. If it's in English, it will come in English. If it's in Arabic, it will come in Arabic, and so on. So the system will guide the agent during the conversation and to make sure that he adhere all the compliance part. So he will not skip any part. He will not depend on his memory. He will not just go randomly for asking questions. So it will be like a guided flow, including all the services, just to make sure that all call center agents are providing the same experience with a high consistency between the agents. So the newly added agent and the expert agent in the call center will provide the experience for the customer in the same way. So everyone will act from the agent will act as a best agent all the time. And this is also will reduce the training time and many other time spent to get aware about the services. So one of the use cases that we can show here for UAssist, it's like one of the largest credit union servicing organization. And you can notice they have like a multiple core banking system, and the agent struggle just to switch between those systems, and a lot of time searching for knowledge base, so putting customers on hold all the time, limited visibility about adherence of the process because they have multiple scenarios, multiple processes there. So what we are providing them is like the agent assistant, which come to help them to eliminate the access to 50 plus application with unified agent desktop, a guided call flow for more than 100 services. So the agent will depend on the predefined call flow, and this result to reduction in a classroom training for the agent, and it will reduce the average handling time and reduce the whole time during the call. And also this will reduce the turnover for the call center agent, because this will relieve the stress from their shoulder. So this is one example. And another use case like automation revenue collection for CAPTIA. And we have it like a business process outsourcing related to the collection firm. And actually we're providing with the unified agent desktop using like the self-serve. And the result shows they have improvement like 25% on overall efficiency in collection, and reduce the training time by 4 weeks, and reduction of staff turnover by 23%. So this is lead to increase the first call resolution and more enhancement on the operational level. So this is about the agent assistant part. And for sure, this is the KPIs we can reach to, which is improve the collection and sales effectiveness and efficiency, reduction on contact center onboarding, reduction on average handling time, and improve the first call resolution. I think, Ma'moon, you want to ask any question?
I think we have, I'll ask the question, but we have, let's take the question from the audience first on the topic. So
Sure.
Adil posted his question. So Adil, the question to everybody, what Adil asked, the conversation flow are designed, modified based on client needs, keeping in the guard list.
Maman, I have answered Adil's question. This is
You
Sudha here.
answered. Oh, sorry.
So yeah,
Okay.
no problem. Adil's question was, how do we kind of, build in the customer scripts within the need of the company or the financial institution, and also ensure that it's not a spam message, right?
Correct.
So the answer is that, these conversation flows are definitely designed and modified based on your requirements. But obviously, we will have to ensure to keep the guardrails of compliance and regulatory requirements and the API gateways and all of that. And hence, this at the same time, we will ensure that it doesn't affect the customer experience, right? So unless the API gateway is opened by the financial institution, then the flows are not, sent out, right? So based on that, this design, and hence it will accelerate the value, but not be as a spam, but it will act to the demo which Hani showed. It will act as an aid to the customer to resolve the issue.
Yeah,
Hope it answers your question.
Yeah, and just to add to that, so that there's two things. The first thing is, as what Hani showed during the video, if you've seen, he was showing a collection coach, correct, on the AI. And that is something I think Hani will expand into it. But part of our solution, because we have almost 1,500 customers, 750,000 users running our platform, we actually find out based on the industry, especially banking industry is very big for us. Majority of our customers are in the BFSI industry. So we find there is a lot of use cases that is similar. So we train the AI model across these industry use cases. For example, a revenue coach, revenue guidance, revenue collection coach, compliance coach, compliance insight, and so on and so forth. So that is something that is, we build, then we customize it based on your requirements in general to make sure that this is gonna work out right for the customer. From a security standpoint, to your point of figuring out it's a message, it's not spam, which is, I think we face a lot of a problem about the fraud and receiving message on that. One of the areas we do, if you see what Hani does, first, our visual capability, it can be messaging, but it can be something else. So if a customer has your mobile application installed, we can actually don't need an SMS. We can push the messages as a pop-up that it shows to them, and they can, it's a visual, and they can authenticate, they can do stuff if they have your mobile application installed. But on the messaging side, what is happening is we can set up a process to authenticate, but at the same time, the customer is receiving it while you are on the same conversation. So it's not like we hang up the conversation as we receive the message. It's a way the AI is still conversing with the customer, and then is actually guiding them to use a visual capability or a multimodal capability to achieve basically the job, to get the job done. So there is a lot more goes into this, but I hope that answered the question a little bit. Samir, if you want to go ahead and ask the question, go ahead, please.
Yes. Thanks, guys. Maybe I just joined late a little. What I understand that this is concerning using AI in collection as a head of collections in one of the Islamic banks in Kuwait. I'm gonna give my comments because it's a really interesting topic, and I want to say something that how do you believe that the machine will replace the human in a situation that the customer is a delinquent customer and is suffering from a financial situation that maybe he need a human like him or like her to interact with him and solve the problem? This is really, I don't believe that gonna work. And if it's gonna work, maybe in a huge volume and not in all buckets. So from my side, I don't believe that the machine will be efficient. And according to what you are saying, that you are able to increase the collection efficiency by 15%. 15% in which bucket? And based on what? And is it in the Gulf country or in the Europe or in the Middle East? Because there is a huge difference between culture and collection as a culture. You should understand culture to understand collection. So as a just a quick, I see the figures and things, but that the gentleman is saying, I highly appreciate if you can benefit me on this, because really I all the time thinking how to use AI in my collection strategy and on the and the way to improve my team efficiency, etc. Considering on the other side that whenever we're gonna use the AI, this will cause maybe a release of another staff not needed anymore because of the AI. So all my respect to everyone, and this is my comment. If you can just clarify, please, a little.
Sure. Actually, when it comes like the question like how to trust the AI, actually we are not saying like the AI will take off like all the agents' work. So we have like the part where is the AI can be utilized in better way, which is like in some use cases we show like we reach out almost 70% of the calls handled by the AI, which is the voice bot chatbot. That means 30% is continue to talk to the agent. This is like to be like special cases, need more empathy, need more understanding about the customer situation. But the thing that when we move the calls to the agent, we are not leave him alone. We put side by side an AI listener to listen to the conversation and to support him with the required data. So we are not totally eliminate the human. The human will be there as an agent, but this will be like augmented with the power of the AI. The AI will give him like the required data that need to be captured from different systems on the fly. So the agent will focus on the customer need, the customer situation, and he focus with him in human communication. And again, the AI will bring the information part, which will help the agent to understand the situation and to help the customer to find a solution or to find a way just to make him satisfied, or to find any like agreement between customer and the agent, in order just to keep the customer happy and in order just to maintain the policies within the bank.
So Samir, to add to Hani's point, so what you mentioned, actually, you mentioned an amazing point, and I agree with you. I think for sure, when you wanted to set up any technology, or especially when it's come to an AI technology, and you go into that area, you got to understand the culture. They vary differently, how they respond, listening, how they would react to it, for sure. And to just make sure, what Hani's mentioned just captured for you in all cases. Eventually, what we said, what Uniphore does, if you see the flow that Hani put here, this flow actually, it's a lot of use cases in the customer journey, and we have a singular AI. So you don't need, if you believe, like, if that's what you see, I don't want to put an AI to converse with the customer first. Let's put that aside, say, we agree, Samir, we don't want to do that. So what is the next thing that you can do? You will need a singular AI that is actually can coach the collection agent. So we call it collection coach, is going to stay in the conversation with the collection and going to monitor the tone of the customer, the sentiment of the customer, bring data from the organization of what's possible, and so on and so forth, to guide the agent on that. And at the same time, what happened with this, that this AI is learning as well. So it's learning actually from the agent. So eventually, the moment you will start this AI getting more intelligent, more humanized, more, you know, emotionally intelligent, you actually can start using it and expose it outside the organization. Say, okay, I want to automate this. I want it to communicate with that area. All right. Now, the first portion to your question on the first part in the automation side, when you want to use AI, you know, I think our main slide is the future of AI is a human. And I think in a way, as you rightly said, that's apply not only to the collection, but it's going to apply to so many things. People want issues to be resolved. They want somebody or some entity that can help them. Now, the beauty about AI, if you start the training, you start pick up emotional intelligence, you start training into whatever data. The AI is different than the human in a way that it can encapsulate everything that is available at the disposal of the AI and use it. All right. So, but as I said, it's always you want to start somewhere. So the question is, what is the starting point? And the starting point can be, as we said, can be a coach. It can be on the insight side, because you're using about ideas of how can I use it in the collection. We can digest all that conversation that is happening with the customer and start seeing what is the use cases, what we can do, you know, and so on and so forth. So we start building more use cases and understanding why collection is not happening, who promised, is it delinquent, get the data and correlate it and associate it with what happened with the conversation across what has actually happened afterwards, and so on and so forth. So you can use it for the analytical part, you coach the agent, and then you start expanding it to start being a collection agent and, let's say work in silo, basically, or work in itself. Samir, I know it's a big topic, but maybe I hope we capture a little bit of that answer. What you mentioned is a very, very valid big topic. All right. Any other discussion? Any other point, question?
Thanks, Mr. Mamoon. Yani, but in this way, yani, this AI will play the role of supervisor mostly, yani, as I understand from you. So I'll not need any more supervisor.
It's a coach. It's a coach.
Who coach that? Yeah, man. What is the role of supervisor, collection supervisor? He's the coach. He's the one who's listening to the calls. He's the one who's evaluating the calls. He's the one who help and guide the agents and train them, etc. So replacing the supervisor by the AI. But what about how you reach 15% in efficiency? I don't know, because this is a very good number, yani. What do you use, for example, in the bucket 3, for example, to reduce the efficiency?
So the first answer to your question, Samir, we're not suggesting as well replacement of a supervisor, though that can be the biggest ROI of replacing coaches and so on and so forth. But the benefit you will get a coach that is 100% available for people. So it is available all the time and it's learning all the time. And as we said, Samir, that can be a step in achieving the next level, basically, which is you putting this AI of learning was eventually you might want to start expose it, take baby steps, and start communicating at the forefront with any level of delinquency and, you know, a different segment of customers and so forth.
Yes, I understand.
The second answer to your question, I think we can, let's take that offline. We absolutely can help you. We have this documented use case, documented well.
Exactly.
And I think we can take it with you and explain it in more details. We're happy to do that, Samir. So we'll reach out after the session and we'll have this conversation offline.
Thanks, guys. Sure. Highly appreciate it.
Thanks, Samir. Thanks for the great questions. Another question, is there any automatic action to solve issue based on monitoring events? Absolutely. I think what we showed, one of the elements we showed, is we have the solution is embedded as well with robotic process automation. All right. So, and that can be attended within the customer while the agent or the telesales agent, the collection agent, the customer care agent is speaking. And then based on what is happening, you can actually decide of initiating that RPA. And the AI as well, that conversing with the customer, you can embed it to initiate an RPA process. And you can initiate this post finish. So yes, the solution is embedded with that, and the technology that does this based on certain events. The event can be the agent trigger, decide on this, or it can be automatic based on what is happening on the conversation tunes and so on and so forth. You can initiate that RPA process, and the processes goes, it's endless. It depends on what the processes, waiving fees, purchasing product, dispute, whatever it is, you can put up a processes behind it. All right. What is the timeline to deploy the solution to a bank where we see the solution running in the Middle East? Are you providing Iraq customer digital portal for self-serve? So for the first question, our solution, maybe I didn't mention that at the beginning, but our solution can run, we have a flexible deployment model. It can be on a premise, it can be hybrid, or it can be on a cloud if you're choosing. Depends on your location. You can come in UAE, say, we want to have it in AWS. One of the largest bank in here, they opted for that option to have the AI running on AWS. So we're flexible from a deployment model. And to the point as well of the timeline, it varies, but to give you, it varies, depends on your use case, the maturity of the data that you have, and so on and so forth, the quality of data, so many things. But I would tell you that for us, we have, we call it the milestone, which is 136. So we have a major milestone, month 1, which is deployment finishing, and so on and so forth. If you have it in the cloud, that will be shorter. Then 3 months is a very important milestone for us, training the AI model. And then we have another 6 months, which is to achieve a very high accuracy. So these are the kind of the milestones that we're looking at. So between 3 to 4 months, you will have the solution right there, taking your data, advising you, so on and so forth. In a 6 month, it can reach to your desired accuracy in a high level, very high level accuracy that you're looking for. But definitely we can zoom in and we can brief you more on that. Yeah.
I think, Mamoun, we need just to go through the last part, which is like the you analyze. Yeah, sure.
Yes, go ahead.
So I will go now to the next level of the journey, which is like the conversational analytics, and I will show you some example how things work. Before going to the example, I will explain how things work. Usually, the calls come to the contact center and it's recording. So we are depending on the recording transaction or chat or calls. We start by transcript these calls in order just to get the communication happen between the customer and the agent in text format. After that, we start to analyzing, extract the keywords, key phrases, the sentiment, the tonal level. All these come to be like a base for all the business intelligence tool that we will build onto that. Having like this data lake, we build on top of that more detailed report. This report could be like operational or business KPIs reports, and I'll show you some example of these reports. So if I go here and you can see this is like for the agent performance, we are looking in specific parameter within the conversation itself. You can see like we have like the agent politeness, grouping, hold time, opening, resolution, and so on. Usually what happens in call center, quality management team and supervisor take random sampling less than 1% of the calls in order to judge the agent performance, customer satisfaction, and other KPIs. But what we are doing in You Analyze, we are listening to 100% of calls, 100% of a transaction, and we analyze it all. We will not leave any call behind. So based on that, we can have a dashboard dedicated for the agent, and we can see operationally how the agent performed, and you can see the agent trend, agent performance score trend on daily basis. Down there you can find like the quartile chart, which will give you like the average for all the agent, and you can see some outlier, which is like red dots there. You can click on that and listen to the call. That means this is like something wrong happening in this call and that call, and you can see like outstanding call, which is come to be red dot, green dot on top of that. So that means this is outstanding call. This is one example how we look into the operational KPIs. If we go to the call driver, based on the conversation itself, for let's say insurance company, you can see like a QRC, like queries, requests, and complaints, and it come like to be like complaint about dispute, complaint about vehicle inspection, complaint about regarding online payment, and so on. So all these come to be part of the conversation analytics. It's not based on the agent entry way. So this is like 100% automated, and it's not required any human intervenant in order just to generate these reports. And this will save a lot of after call work time for the agents. When it's come to the customer analysis, we look into different aspects. This is like call resolution, churn keywords, competitor mention, customer appreciation, customer escalation, all these to be different parameters. By the way, these parameters come out of the box and you can modify it, add or delete any of them. Based on that, you can see the customer satisfaction trend on daily basis. You don't need to wait until the issue gets escalated in order to know what is going on. You can see this day by day, and you can monitor your performance and the customer satisfaction on daily basis. For sure, you can get the sentiment trend and net promoter score. I will go through other business KPIs now. It's about renewal. If it's come like for a bank, you want to know why people not renewing the credit card, or insurance company, why people not renewing the policy with me. So you need to know that the reason of non-renewal, you can find like the number of customers they not renew because of money. That means the offer is not suitable for them anymore, or there is like another competition in the market and they are moving to other company or other bank, or the service is not up to the level, or the time of the service is not like based on their expectation. And again, you can see how the agents perform communication and who's doing best. Based on that, you can decide what the agent you need to focus on, or for a training, or to give them like more guidance during the call itself. And you can see the renewal trend, number of the renewals happening through the days. This is part of the renewal. Again, we can go for the sales. It will show like different parameters: upsell, cross-sell, probing, let's say date time confirmation, explaining the benefits, and so on. And you can have like the probability slab, so you can have expectation of the coming sales that will happen like next month, next week, and so on. This is like a business intelligence tool. You can slice and dice to get more about a specific agent, more about a specific day, more about a specific service, or let's say a product, and you can go along this in a different way. Also, we have like a collection. You can see like people of the collection and the urgency and the that created from the agent, and you can see the parameters for the collection. You can see like the mention of date, promised just to pay, unlikely to pay, urgency creation, and all these parameters. It can be like defined and extract all these parameters within the conversation itself, so you can understand how the collection process is happening. And the above one, which is like the agent collection, it shows who's the agent perform well comparing with others. So you can see people here in the tail. You can work with them in order just to increase their efficiency to make the collections. And on the top left, you can see the call volume that related to the collection, and how many calls happening, and what is the created the collected amount also as well. If we click on one call, you can go into detail to listen to the call. This can be like a way to communicate between quality management team, between agent, between the business unit. So you can put like some comments here. You can search for specific keywords. You can see the sentiment between the agent and customer. All the call gets transcribed in a chat way while it's a voice, but again, the AI will segregate the voice between agent and customer. And you can see the business rules and how the scores is calculated for each of these calls. Based on that, we can build the business intelligence layer, which is the reporting system. So this is my last slide, but we have like, this is like the use cases for you analyze, and you analyze is like a way of automating 100% of the calls. So for the audit purposes, like for the companies like care about the audit and make sure that they are comply with all the regulator compliance lists. So it will give you like 100% visibility on all calls and the transactions, and this will reduce a lot of time spent from the quality management team, or like let's say the auditor, in order just to monitor the transaction that happened during the call itself. And for sure, it's improved customer experience and employee experience. So this is like a way how to make it like good for both customer and agent at the same time, by providing a coaching and get more details about the call itself and get more insight. So this is one example. Other example is the reduction of QA effort, because this is like reduction in 5% of outbound collection calls, because you make sure that everything is listed, and you understand when I need to call back and when I need to just to rely on other way to communicate with the customer. And also there is like 60% reduction on quality manual effort, because instead of listening to the call manually and you go through or random sampling, we give like 100% of the call. So the entire population, we take it into consideration. Based on that, we generate the reporting for business units, operational units, and management as well. So this is in a brief about the you analyze. So this is like the quality A performance improve, reduction of compliance issue reduced, and improve the first call resolution for utilizing UAnalyze. So I'll stop here just to see if you have any questions.
Hello.
Yes, please, Sam.
Yes, sir. Thanks. This is what you said actually is something very nice, and I think based on my experience, I see it in many softwares for collection. I'm talking about only collections here. Yani what I'm realizing that you are talking about always how we monitor the performance of the agent, how we score the calls of the agent, how we can know the weaknesses of the agent, which is something good. I agree 100%. So, but this is something very usual actually, to be honest. So if I gonna compare by the market, what's available now in other softwares, what is the unique in this solution that you are, with all my respect, presenting? And you are showing us the agent level. What about the supervisor and the manager level? Yani, this is very important that the solution provide me or show me or guide me on adjusting with the flexibility, the collection strategy embedded, especially in the Gulf countries, and especially in the countries that they are totally culturally hard. So for me as a head of collections, I need to adjust accordingly and change the collection strategy quickly to just improve my efficiency. So if my software doesn't help me, this will have negative impact with AI. Without AI, this will not do any output actually. So thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for your Hani and Mu'min. Highly appreciated that you just are patient with me and caring.
Yes, sure. Actually, thank you for your question, because this is something to enrich the session. And again, as you explained, this is like a lot of parties need to be involved, which is something we provide. But for the sake of time, we cannot show for the entire product or all the details. The parts that we show for UAnalyze is something about the KPIs, and the KPIs could be like for the agents, it could be for supervisor, and it could be like for the management themselves. This is like one part. What differentiates us, we are providing one platform that touch upon all these touch point within the customer's journey. So it's not like only for UAnalyze, which is like can be siloed beside the agent assistant part or the self-service. All of them work together in order just to provide a nice customer experience enhanced by AI. What we are doing here is building an AI layer on top of the existing infrastructure. So we are not looking to change any of your investment on your infrastructure as a contact center, recording, whatever it is. We come to add an AI layer on top of that. And based on the customer journey, we touch upon different areas. And you can decide where you to start. If you want to go for full-fledged, we can go and we can just do like the touch point with the AI, because the training and the learning, as Ma'moon explained, 136, this is something we need to go, either we start with one component or all components. So the base is one, which contains the component of AI, and the AI keep learning, because the more important thing than the time of the implementation is the data. So depending on your data, we will have it, the AI will ingest it and build an AI model specifically for your domain. We have like the TTV, which is like 60 to 65% ready-made packages for domain specific. But again, there is some customization for each customer. There is some uniqueness for each customer. So this is something we need to work together in order just to let the AI how to deal with these scenarios, how to build these use cases with the AI, how to guide the customer or the agent during the self-service or the agent assistant in order just to reach the business goal. And the business goal, for sure, for your example, is a collection. So we care about the collection in different stages. So again, this is something we can augment the experience and to add an AI layer in order just to make it easy, not for customer experience and for the agent experience. And let's say employee experience. When we say employee, for sure, it's not like only the agent. Employee include agent, quality management, a supervisor, let's say it could be like business unit involvement. So all of them can be like have a benefit of the AI and having all these just to work together in synchronized way based on one single platform. This is the differentiation for Uniphore, and this is what we are providing.
Yeah. And also just to add what Hani said, Samir, the views that you wanted with respect to, say, a supervisor or the line of business or the different delinquent stages, all of that can also be incorporated throughout the journey, as Hani said. And definitely, once you take a platform approach, then it will basically tie up with the collection strategy that you have, right? From dialer to the outbound collections and to the inbound collections.
I would like to thank you all for your time that you give us today in order just to go through the Uniphore platform and to give you more about our product and services. And we are looking just to have like one-to-one meeting to have more detailed discussion about the use cases that you are looking into, and to focus on the product will serve you and help you more in your domain. Thank you very much for your attendance.